All right,
All
go.
right, well, let's get started this morning. It's 8:34, it looks like. So we're just going to do quick introductions. I know most everybody in here, and then we might have some students. First of all, we have a rally, kind of some new people, a little bit of an idea of what rally is, so that they kind of can see if it's something that they want to commit to. So being a part of this meeting doesn't, you aren't saying I'm committing. We just wanted a chance to give people an opportunity to kind of get an idea of what it is. So I'm Mr. Wiebe, and I've been teaching for almost 20 years here at Northfield School, and I teach chemistry, mostly ninth graders. I have 3 ninth grade sections, and I coach ninth grade football. I let's see, I do obviously do rally, and I was going to say link, but I don't do link anymore. That was last year, so I handed that off. So that's me.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Mr. Ensrud, now one of the counselors at the high school. This is my 26th year at Northfield High School, and I think I've been involved with Rally for probably all but 1 or 2 of those years, which means it's been around a while. I was a boys tennis coach. In fact, one of our audience members, Mr. Will, when I first started coaching in Northfield, it was with Ryan Will's mom, Tanya, in boys tennis. I've also coached quite a bit of boys basketball, but now have young kids of my own, so I focus on being a dad more than a coach. And I try and work hard as one of our school counselors. So that's who I am.
John Sand. I've been involved with Rally for about 7 or so years. I've been teaching at the high school for 10 years, and I'm also involved in LOA. So LOA is kind of a subgroup of Rally. It's a smaller group. They're all Rally members as well, but they're in kind of a subgroup of athletes who do some different projects around the school as part of Rally. So I teach Phy Ed and health. And by the way, if any of you are interested in LOA applications are out right too. They're due Friday. It's a digital form, and Mr. Ensrud sent out a link to that last Friday. So if you're interested in that, please apply.
All right, Mr. Olson, are you with us?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
A helicopter?
Are you on the space shuttle, or what are you?
I am driving to work.
Okay.
So I am in the car. I'm almost to work. It's my second year at the school as activities director, and been involved with Rally, of course, for my 2 years here, and here to support the work. And what we do here really matters for my job a lot with getting to know the kids and being in events and things like that. So it's very important to me to get to know you and have that relationship with you. So welcome.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, everybody. It is good to have you guys thinking about Rally and checking us out, because I feel like it's one of the ways that, as a student and as a teacher and a coach, that we can really make an impact in the high school, and we can kind of help create the culture at the school. All right. I know many students want to, are oftentimes figuring out, how do I make a difference? How do I, impact my peers in the school? Well, Rally is a way that you can really do it. All right. It's a great way for you to really get invested in changing the culture or helping create the culture at the high school. Now, you can also just sit back and do nothing, basically, but there are opportunities in Rally to really make a difference, and that's the cool thing about it. So I'm just going to take a moment here and talk about what Rally is, so that you have a good overview of what it is that you might be committing to, in case you don't know. So first of all, Rally stands for maybe you guys didn't even know that it stood for something. It stands for Raider Activity Leaders Inspiring Enthusiasm. So Raider Activity Leaders Inspiring Enthusiasm. All right. We used to say improving enthusiasm, and then one of our students said, there's a better word for that I. It's a little bit more oomph to it. So we put in there the inspiring as our one of our acronyms. So first of all, you need to be in an activity. It doesn't mean you have to be in a sport. Okay, that's one of the misnomers I think of this, is that people think, oh, I'm not an athlete, I don't want to be in I can't be in rally. If you are in mock trial, or if you're on the trap shooting team, or if you are on the one act plays, any activity that you are involved with, you are eligible to be in rally. We want people that are in any spectrum of activities. All right. So just know that. And so if you have friends that are saying, oh, it's not for me, okay, if you are in anything, just tell them it is for them. At the core of what we do, the main number one thing is that we commit to be chemically free. That is number one. Okay. Because if a person can't be chemically free, rally crumbles. Basically, we don't have a solid foundation from that point. Okay, and chemical use is one of those things that destroys a team. Okay, it destroys what coaches and what student athletes are trying to do, to make work together. And chemical use is one of those things that just tears a team apart from the inside out. So it is so important that we have students that stand up and say, I am committed to be chemically free, and that other students know that there are other students in the school that are making that commitment with them. That is critical. So a lot of people look around and say, oh, everybody's using blah, blah, blah. Well, that there are people in rally specifically that are saying, I'm with you, and I'm standing up to be chemically free, and we're making that commitment together. So you can say that there's a group of, last year we had 60, 70 students in rally. And so you can say, well, there's almost 10% of our population right there alone that is chemically free. All right. So that is huge. And again, that is one main way that you can make an impact in our school, is to say, I am chemically free, and I am promoting that. I am the leader on my team that is saying, hey, everybody, we need to do this together. This is huge. Okay. Because it tells us about who we are, right? That we're not just saying, oh, I'm committed to the team, or I want to do the right thing. And it's not just words, it's actually, you're committing to that, and it's action, right? So that is number one. Another big thing that we do is we create fun, chemical-free events at the high school. Now, in the past, we've done, other than just the games themselves or the plays themselves, or whatever, we've created other events in addition to say, hey, everybody, let's have a place to go that we know that people aren't using, that they'll be fun for everybody to hang out. And then the last year or two, we've really said, well, let's make the events, the games themselves, the events, right? So that we can get students at the games to support our peers, and make those games the half times, or maybe a dance afterwards, or maybe some game time afterwards, or to do something fun to make the crowd section a really cool event in and of itself, so that the fans can participate and have a good time. So we're trying to do more of that to make the activity or the game itself the event to be at. All right, so that's what we're trying to do. And again, the main purpose is that we get students to our school events, because obviously they're going to be chemical free, right? And give things for people to do, for your friends to do, so that they're not going out on a Friday or Saturday night and, going to a party or something like that, where there's going to be maybe some not so good decisions being made, to give them a great option to do. And so again, you guys set the culture, you guys set the tone for that, and make those events fun that everybody would want to go to. All right. And a third kind of part of this is developing leadership, helping you guys grow in leadership. Not all of you guys are natural leaders, and that's fine. We all have different strengths and gifts, but when you're in RALIE, you're kind of seen as, a person that has influence, right? And so we want you to develop in leadership. So we're going to do some things every now and then, leadership moments and leadership development things, just to give you some things to kind of think about as a potential team leader, or some of you are going to be captains and things like that. So we want you to grow in those ways, so that you can, again, have the most impact on your team and with your teammates. All right. So that's just a quick overview of what RALIE is. And now I'll hand it off to, I think, Mr. Sand, are you up next?
Yep, I'm up next.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of just piggyback off a little bit of what Mr. Ensrud said, and then also talk about just time commitment. Like, what are you signing up for, basically? So, one, the events, that's a big part of it, and getting you guys at, whether it's a Friday night football game or a Saturday night hockey game, or members of RALIE, you get to kind of help lead that decision as to where we're going to do that. And the leadership are big. It is a group that you find for the first time, or maybe for the 12th time, whatever it ends up being. It gives you an opportunity to experience being a leader. It gives you opportunities that will help you as you grow and become a leader later on in life as well. So time commit, Mr. Wiebe kind of mentioned, we do tend to have our meetings in the morning before school. So this is the same thing we're doing today. And our next meeting will actually be in the middle of May. We usually meet 7:15 in the morning on the second Thursday of every month. So every month we have one meeting a month. It's an early meeting, so you got to get to school early to get to that meeting, but it's only once a month. And we discuss kind of the next month's worth of rallies and what's going on. Mr. Wiebe a lot of times will run a little leadership lesson, and then we'll talk about the different things that we have to do. Okay? So once a month, second Thursday, you can actually get on the calendar right now and schedule it out on your calendar if you wanted to. The second Thursday all school year is when we meet. We also have one big meeting in August. It's kind of a kickoff meeting to start the school year. Hopefully we can get back to normal here this sometime. We can plan for that, but it's usually a Saturday morning into early afternoon meeting, and we have a guest speaker most of the time that kind of gets us fired up and ready to go for the up school year. Historically, it's been the first Saturday after fall sports start. But at this point, we don't have that scheduled, and obviously with COVID-19, we're not 100% sure what's going to happen, but kind of know that that's coming. And then, like Mr. Wiebe said, events. That's the other time commitment is you being committed to going to events. And whether we host a special, Saturday night volleyball tournament or a game show night, just stuff we've done in the past, or it's just Saturday night's hockey game. We're going to get as many people as we can to get there. We can get everybody cheering together and everybody all on the same page. That's the other time commitment is we want you at the events. And you get to pick the events as members of RALIE. So you're going to influence that decision. But you being at those events is huge kind of thing. And really the last thing I would say is as a member of RALIE, what we really want is for you to be here. When you're at the meetings, when you're at the events, we want you to be involved. And the more involved you are, the more you actually do stuff, the better leader you become, and the more lessons you learn, and the more experience you'll gain to become a great leader. So I don't know if Ensrud wants to talk at all. Ensrud's main job was to get down all your guys' names here to begin with. And we're going to kind of assume you want to be involved with RALIE. One of the reasons we're doing this meeting is we had RALIE application process happening the week we got kicked out of school. And so we did get very many people to fill out applications. So we're still kind of working on that. And this was our way to, let's get some people involved. So Mr. Ensrud's probably going to start sending messages to those that were here. I don't know if you want to talk about that at all.
No, you just did. I'm going to send you guys messages that are here. And in that message, I'll probably include, I know I've got a running list of who's turned in applications. For those of you that haven't, I will probably attach an application. Is there a strong preference for or against? I'll use either Schoology or school email. Is there anybody who wants to weigh in with a strong vote, their preference of which way I should send stuff, school email or Schoology? Vote now.
I prefer Schoology a lot more.
I don't want to see. Good job, Jada. Way to step up. Anybody else? All right. I'm coming at you in Schoology.
Jada's speaking for the group there. We're good.
I trust Jada. Okay. So yeah, check Schoology. I'll be sending out a little message with an application to you. Right before we started, I know we talked about our next meeting and gathering being the second Tuesday of May. That'll be May 14th. So if you're someone who actually uses a calendar, that's first of all awesome. And second, you might want to mark that one. We're going to go from 8 to 9 a.m. And be done before class starts. Hey, and then there's the 7-year-old. Look, there's Nate. Say Nate. Okay, you want to go to learn now? That happens sometimes. So 8 to 9 on May 14th will be our next meeting. There's another one. This is the 9-year-old. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
All right. Anything else to add, Mr. Wiebe, Mr. Sand? Or if you want to unmute yourself, if you have any questions, those of you who are in attendance, fire away.
We'll also
How many events? Sorry, how many events are there usually like per semester?
As far as individual or specific events that we host, I would suggest maybe a couple at most, really. I mean, in the fall, we are pretty involved with the homecoming tailgate party before the game that Friday night. We've, over time, hosted something in January, February type of time period. But otherwise, it's kind of been up to the group as far as what else they see a need for. John, what do you have to say?
Just gonna say, I will also add we have a Schoology RALIE group, and so all the current members that were in it last year are in it already, and I will add you guys in it so that when we send out messages to them, because we'll send out reminders about the meeting in May, and you'll be included in on that as well.
Good question. Anybody else? All right. Mr. Wiebe, you got any final thoughts? You good?
Shared all my wisdom. I'm good.
You're
That's all I've got.
You got nothing
Yeah,
left for the rest of the day.
Done for the day.
Mr. Olson, do you have any more insights to provide from wherever the heck you are now? I don't know if we still got him. We might have lost him.
He's muted for
He is
whatever
muted.
reason, it looks like.
Yeah, he might not be able to unmute himself there. I can't even unmute him. Out. We've lost him. All right, everybody. Well, you have many of you have class here start at 9, so we'll let you get going to that. Thanks very much for taking the time to join us this morning. We look forward to seeing you. Say that again, Mr. Zan.
Recruit. If you have other people, friends that should have been at this meeting, you think, get them here.
Yep.
Let them know they can contact any one of us and we can send them an app.
Yep, just message us in Schoology or send an email, whatever. Love to hear from them.
Yep, we'll take care of him. All right, everybody. Have a great day.
All right.
Take
See you
care.
guys.
Thanks for coming.
Later.